All right, so there you go. What they're talking about there is, if you weren't grabbing the concept, is that the inside of pyramids are quite obviously dark.
They are dark, so they were thinking that you would burn a torch, and burning a torch would create like a carbon emission.
Something.
Soot on like the roof, or not, I guess it wouldn't be the roof, but like the walls of the pyramids.
Right.
And there isn't
There's
any.
absolutely nothing, and despite the fact that they've been undisturbed for so many years. Right. So one of the theories is that the Egyptians actually were able to harness electricity in some sense. And there's things like, if you guys want to write this down listening, Baghdad battery.
Yeah.
And that there was technology being used back then for, with electricity. And a lot of people will kind of like cast it off as being they were using it for plating, for doing gold plating or whatever else.
Okay, cool if they were, but why wouldn't they use it for other things as well?
Exactly. And again, how were they lighting the inside of these tombs and these pyramids? Because they were completely black. So what they think they were doing was they're using stuff like this Baghdad battery as a source of power for a light bulb. And if you look at some of the reliefs that are carved into these pyramids, there are pictures of these elongated, weird-looking things that to me,
they look like they're coming out of a flower, kind of.
Maybe, yeah.
And they're trying to say, it's a lotus flower and it's scent encapsulated.
Right.
That makes no sense. But really, they look a lot like these very long light bulbs, and they have these structures inside of them that when you look in a light bulb, you see those little wires.
Right.
They're kind of similar to that. So it's very accurate to what we have today.
Right. So there is the idea that the aliens back then were helping the Egyptians to light the inside of their tombs, and that's what they were doing it with was primitive light bulbs.
Yep.
There's also the idea as far as the Pyramid of Giza. I guess it's the biggest one. Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's the biggest pyramid, and they're also talking about there's these shafts and a chamber in there that are unexplained. They have no idea what the function of the shafts in the chamber was.
One came from the king's quarters or something, and one came from the queen's, I want to say.
But I think there was two different shafts that go into the middle of it to where there's a chamber
and then
in
they
there.
Combine these two elements that are coming from the outer two pyramids.
Right. So, and I think that they were saying that the biggest pyramid was actually being used as a powerhouse for energy.
Yeah.
And
was it hydrogen?
Yeah. And they said that once these two, different chemicals were poured down the shafts to unite with whatever it was that they had in the middle, it would create hydrogen. But it was a source that would burn for 20 years or more.
Yeah, wasn't it? They were making they were sending out microwaves. Essentially what was happening with this pyramid.
Yes,
which is just crazy high tech stuff.
Exactly. I mean, for an ancient, civilization,
it's just unbelievable.
Absolutely. So again, we want to hear what you have to say about it. We certainly, if nothing else, want to know what you think about ancient aliens and whether or not they exist.
Tell us and call in and be part of our poll, whether you believe or you say that they're not real. We want to know. Hit us up.
Yes, 343-7913 is that number. And, I think when we come back, what are we going to talk about next, you think, as far as aliens are concerned?
I believe we're talking about Puma Punku.
Yes, which is the most interesting to me of all of them.
And just fun to say.
Yes, Puma Punku.
I enjoy it.
Let's say it 3 times fast.
Puma Punku.
Puma Punku.
I think I'm going to curse if I try anymore.
Yeah, right. All right. Don't forget, by the way, also, because we haven't mentioned it, so obviously you can't forget, but we're going to talk about it now. Prize pack.
That's right. We have an awesome prize pack today. We've got another Hank the Third CD.
Yes.
And then we have a Dane Cook CD and DVD. It's the Insulated Incident. Isolated.
Yes.
What am I talking about? I don't even know. A Flight of the Conchord sticker and a 91.3 sticker.
Yeah, you got to have the classic RSU radio, 91.3 bumper sticker.
I've got them on my car.
Yes, all of that
What's up?
is coming up to you, or coming to you, if you call 343-7913. When we tell you to, it'll be at about 5:15 or so.
Yeah, about 5:15.
And caller 1 through 9, which one do you pick?
We did 6 last time.
We did 6 last week.
Should we do 6 this week again?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
All right, so caller number 6 at about 5:15 for your chance to win an RSU Radio prize pack. Right now, getting back into the music, we got something for you called Beck. This is off of his new album, True Blood SDT. Is that correct, SDT? Or is that an acronym or like initials for something?
I don't know.
Super dope, trippy.
Yeah.
What do you have to say, KO? What is the name of that album?
Yeah, what is this?
That is, it's Beck, Bad Blood, off of the new True Blood soundtrack.
The show! I fell down.
Which True Blood, I am a huge fan of.
Dude, I hear it's awesome. I haven't seen it.
It is great.
The
first 2 seasons are phenomenal.
Are the vampires better than the Twilight vampires?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They're the kinds that, burst into fire. That too.
I'll have to check
but
it
yeah,
out.
they do burst into fire. Hey, real quick, KO, I know that you're listening because you just walked out of the studio. Aliens exist, yes or no?
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, I don't think we can call them aliens. You know.
Okay.
I mean, they're just other. If there is
Other
something else out
beings?
there, it's just it's.
Well,
Other
they're
beings.
alien to us, though.
Yeah. So we're alien to them. Is that?
But I guess that'd be fair to say yes. But do you believe in extraterrestrial beings at all?
Arr,
Like
what
not
was
necessarily
that?
that they came here,
You
but
can't say no because there's no proof.
right. Against it.
Or
Mhm.
So you can't say.
Do-
So I'm
do-
marking you down for a yes.
in my heart.
In your heart of
Sure.
hearts.
In his
Why
heart.
not?
What
Why
is
not?
that?
Why not?
Oh, come on.
Well, there's nothing I can gauge. There's no,
Do you
there's
think
no
that
evidence? There's nothing.
Right. I
that
mean,
you
but
can-
in your opinion, without any evidence and everything else, do you think aliens have visited planet Earth?
I highly doubt that.
You highly doubt it.
Yes.
All right. Fair enough. Well, you do think that it is
There's
certainly
probably
possible they
something
exist.
else out there. Yes, it'd be, either way, but you can't say it either way.
All
There's no
right.
proof.
All right. Well, you guys, you heard it here on Culture Shock. KO does
Doesn't-
believe in aliens,
no.
but he doesn't believe they've been to Earth. Fair enough?
You guys are nerds.
Oh, you're a
Yeah,
nerd.
it's true.
You listen to Coldplay.
Yeah, I don't even want to hear about it.
Right. All right. So here it is. Beck with Bad Blood off of the True Blood soundtrack. Keep it right here. It's 91.3.
Real College Radio.
A little bit of Beck for you here on your Thursday afternoon. Bad Blood was the name of that one. And again, it's off of the True Blood soundtrack, which I am a huge, huge fan of True Blood. Yeah, if you haven't watched it,
Yeah, apparently
that's
need
a
to.
certainly must watch.
I hear it's rad.
Right, and they're not sissy vampires like the ones in
Woohoo.
Twilight. So
Good, I like mine to be vicious and
I do
mean
too.
and evil, maybe.
Absolutely, and have all these like super cool special powers.
Yeah.
So a guy called in just a second ago, and he oddly enough he voted for no as far as to whether or not aliens exist. But he said, isn't it kind of funny that there's all these aliens running around in rural areas abducting people and doing all kinds of crazy experiments or whatever. So what if there's like different species of aliens and some of them are like intergalactic perverts?
Oh no, he's probably totally right. Yeah, I'm sure
Right.
there's ones that are like smart and don't care, and then there's some
Right.
of them that abduct us
Yeah,
and
there's
do
these rogue pirate
nasty things.
Yeah, these rogue pirate aliens that are just running around and doing
Ah.
whatever they want to do to
Yeah.
us. Yeah. How dare you,
So
aliens?
he said no on our poll. So let's do a brief update.
Yes.
So far, we have 4 that believe and 1 that does not.
4 that believe, 1 that does
And then
not.
I mean, there's including
We didn't
us,
actually even
too.
add
We
us
didn't
on
add
there,
us.
so
This
technically,
is-
I guess it'd
yeah.
be 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 6-1. Yes, there are aliens out there, and we had Lollybottom on Twitter. She added that it seems to be a little bit egomaniacal to believe that we are the only life forms in the universe, especially when you kind of consider how large the universe is.
Yeah,
which I think
exactly.
for a lot of people that's where they kind of get hung up. As to how large the universe actually is, and it's kind of infinite, and I don't know, really, 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 really,
Big?
really, really big. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we have another sound clip for you about the Puma Punku alien and and the machine. Well, actually, the Puma Punku site.
Yeah.
And
In the highlands of Bolivia.
Right, in the highlands of Bolivia, and how the structures that are there had to have been created by something aside from humans, or
Yeah,
were
like
created
some
by
sort
humans
of
with help.
machinery or
Something.
something. It's
And
just
now-
too precise.
Right, and keep in mind
Suspicious.
that all this went down during the Stone Age. So
Yeah.
take a listen.
What's really amazing, and why the ancient astronaut theorists are so drawn to Puma Punku and Tiwanaku, is that the quality of the stonework and the immense size of these blocks is so incredible and perfect that there's actually evidence of machining.
They are so smoothly polished with grooves which are just a few millimeters inside, which definitely cannot be made with Stone Age chisels.
All right, so there you go. Those are, by the way, I think I written down, but one of those guys was David Childress, who is an author.
Mm-hmm.
The other guy was George Norrie. No, it was actually Ronald Story, which is an author as well, specializing in ufology, is
Mm-hmm.
what the subject is called. But anyway, right, and if you go on to like historychannel.com and kind of look for ancient aliens and Puma Punku, you'll see that these blocks it's just absolutely ridiculous
yeah.
that it even in
So
this day and
precisely
age,
cut.
right? In this day and age, with the type of rock that they were using, they were using granite and diorite,
Mm-hmm.
and there's only one substance on Earth that is harder than diorite.
Diamonds.
Exactly. So you're having to say that right now, in order for these Stone Age people to have cut all of these blocks to fit the way that they do in such a precise way, that they were having to use basically diamond
Which,
tipped.
yeah, means they had to find
diamonds and harvest them.
Cut them,
in order to
place
use
them on
them
the
as
tips
a
of their
tool.
instruments.
Right. And that happening during the Stone Age, of
There's
course,
just-
is
yeah, no
highly
way.
unlikely. So there had to have been, there's even like, theories about lasers being used for these because the cuts are that
So
precise.
perfect.
Yeah, so look it up. It's on
Watch the video.
YouTube or on historychannel.com.
It'll blow your mind.
Yes, Puma Punku. Check it out. By the way, real quick, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about aliens.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and we do have a prize pack giveaway at about 5:15 for you guys.
And it's awesome.
Yes, 343-7913 is not only the request line number, but also the number you will need to call to win said prize pack.
And participate in our poll.
Yes, we are taking a poll, an unofficial Culture Shock poll today about whether or not you believe in aliens. All you have to do is say yes or no. You don't have to leave your name. We don't have caller ID, so we can't track you down.
Oh, wouldn't it be sweet if we did?
Yeah, we're actually stealing information right now to sell to the aliens. We're cool with them, and we
Put
need a
on your
couple extra
tinfoil
bucks.
hats.
Right. Drink your purple Kool-Aid.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, don't forget Twitter. Twitter.com/CultureShock913. Add us. We are actually talking right now to Lolly Bottom, who's
Yeah.
working at a tattoo shop here in Claremore.
Yep, and she believes in aliens.
She
says
does.
an absolute yes.
Yes, absolute yes. All right, so yeah, we want to hear from you. You're going to roll through a very short break, get you your concert calendar information, courtesy of Karen Kilowatt. And then when we come back, we're going to do some Rancid with Civilian Ways. Got some Bad Religion coming your way as well. Keep it right here. This is Culture Shock on 91.3.
Real College Radio.
You are listening to Culture Shock with Karen Kilowatt and Turbo on 91.3 FM.